Greetings, my friends. It's a blessing to have your presence here today. I want to start with a simple question. What do you see when you look at your current situation? Because God sees something entirely different. Have you ever stood too close to a big piece of embroidery? All you see is a mess of tangled threads and knots. It looks messy and broken. It makes no sense. But what if your life right now, with all its problems and closed doors, is just the back of that embroidery? God sees the front. He sees the beautiful picture He is making. Today we're going to talk about the hidden blueprint of your life. God is the best builder there is. He sees the finished building from the very start. He sees beyond what you can. Let's look at a man named Joseph from the Bible. God gave him a big dream about his future. But then, everything went wrong. His brothers threw him in a pit. He was sold as a slave. He was lied about and put in prison. From where Joseph stood, his life was a total failure. It seemed like God had forgotten him. But God was working behind the scenes. Every bad thing that happened was actually a training step. The pit taught him to be tough. Being a slave taught him how to manage a big house. Prison taught him how to understand dreams and wait patiently. God wasn't just sending him to a new country. He was building a leader who would one day save millions of people from starvation. The Bible says, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." Maybe your prison is a job you don't like, or a time when you feel very alone. What if God is using that exact place to make you strong and wise for the amazing future He has for you? We live in a world that loves to show the finished product. We see someone's success and think it happened overnight. We see their beautiful building and wonder why our life still looks like a messy construction site. Life can feel like a long walk in a desert. It's dry, lonely, and you see the same thing for miles. But God provided manna for His people in the desert, bread from heaven, one day at a time. He didn't give them a year's supply. He gave them just enough for that day. God's blueprint often includes trusting Him for your daily needs, not your yearly plan. The most important work God does is often invisible. It happens in the dark, in the waiting, in the quiet times. It's like digging a deep, strong foundation for a giant skyscraper. You can't see the foundation when the building is done, but it's what holds everything up. The Bible says, "So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. Since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal." That closed door you're staring at, it's not the end. It's just a redirect. That skill you're learning when no one is watching, it's not wasted. God is going to use it. He is building your story with a perfect plan, and He uses hard times to make your character unshakable. We think of holy places as big churches, but what if your life is the holy construction site? Your good choices are the building blocks. Your prayers are the strong supports. Your kind acts done in secret are like beautiful gold that God sees and loves. Think about David. He was chosen to be king when he was just a young boy watching sheep. But he didn't go to the palace right away. He went back to the field. What was he doing there? He was fighting off lions and bears. That was his hidden training. He was writing songs to God in the quiet. That was his hidden friendship with God. That time wasn't a delay. It was God building the heart of a king. The Bible says, "The Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." Think about the Israelites trapped between the Red Sea and the Egyptian army. It looked like a dead end, a terrible mistake. But God saw a path they couldn't. He was building a road right through the water. What looks like your Red Sea, a problem with no way out, might be the very place God makes a way where there is no way. Or what about the story of a young boy with just 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish? To everyone else, it was a useless, small lunch for a huge crowd of thousands. But in God's hands, it became more than enough. That small thing you have, your talent, your time, your little bit of hope, God sees it not for what it is, but for what He can make it become. The Bible says God is like a potter, and we are the clay. Sometimes the clay on the potter's wheel gets lumpy or goes off center. The potter doesn't throw it away. He gently presses and reshapes it. The pressing might feel uncomfortable, but it's not to break you. It's to make you into a stronger, more beautiful vessel, ready to hold a great purpose. Think about Noah. God told him to build a huge boat on dry land. For years, people must have laughed at him. The sun was shining. There was no flood in sight, but Noah trusted the unseen plan. He kept building. Your obedience to God, even when it doesn't make sense to others, is you building your ark. You are building the very thing that will save you and your family in the storm. Jesus told a story about a farmer planting seeds. Some seeds fell on good soil and grew strong, but other seeds fell on rocky ground where they couldn't grow deep roots. The hard times in your life are like God breaking up the rocky soil of your heart. It's painful, but it's so His word and promises can grow deeper roots in you, making you unshakable when the heat comes. Maybe you feel like Esther. She was just an ordinary Jewish girl who became queen. But when her people were in great danger, her uncle told her, "Who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this?" All the hidden parts of her life, the loss of her parents, being raised by her cousin, winning the king's favor, were all preparation for a single, world-changing moment of courage. Your life, with all its twists and turns, has also been prepared for such a time as this. And don't forget about the disciples in the storm on the lake. They were fishermen. They knew the water, but this storm was too big for them. They were terrified, thinking Jesus didn't care. But He was right there with them in the boat. He stood up and calmed the storm with just His words. The storm you are in right now is not too big for Him. He is in your boat with you, and He has the final say. The Bible tells us that God's thoughts are not our thoughts, and His ways are higher than our ways. We see a straight line from a problem to a solution, but God often draws a beautiful, winding path that leads to a much better destination than we had planned. Trust that His map for your life is better than the one you have in your hand. Remember the words of Jeremiah. God said, "I know the plans I have for you, plans to give you hope and a future." Notice it doesn't say you will always see the plans. It says you can know the planner. And if you can trust the heart of the planner, you can trust the plan, even when it's still hidden. And finally, remember the city of Jericho. God's plan for victory was strange. He didn't tell the army to fight. He told them to walk in silence and then shout. It made no military sense. But their obedience to the unseen plan made the impossible walls fall down. The shout of praise you give God in the middle of your problem is part of His unseen strategy to bring your walls down too. So the next time you feel lost looking at the messy threads, remember the beautiful picture on the other side. The next time you only see the digging and the dirt, remember the architect's blueprint. Your story is not over. You are still under construction, and God has never failed to finish what He started. Now I have a challenge for you. In the comments below, finish this sentence. Even though I can't see it yet, I trust God is building. Let's encourage each other with what God is doing in our lives, even when we can't see it. Thanks for watching. Remember, you are loved and seen by God. Your story is far from over. We'll see you in the next video. If this message gave you hope today, please like this video and subscribe to our channel.